of Iron Age. But these realms were all still in the last epoch, Golden Age. Right? So the Aryan Age started with the Aryan realm. So we're in the Aryan epoch right now. So when that cycle ended, we then had our epoch change from the Golden Age, our fall, into the Iron Age, 3,000 years ago, which is the great biblical flood, or these floods that are talked about in all these cultures. So something happened in this realm to wipe out the Atlantean Golden Age, so we can start a new Aryan Iron Age, which we've been in. Right? Now these two realms, while we've been in our Iron Age, when we went into the Iron Age, the Aryans obviously then went into their Bronze Age. Right, they jumped up because they're ahead. These two were still in the old Atlantean Golden Age.
It's only 4 ages.
4 ages, yeah. So there are 4 big, great ages, and then there are 4 smaller.
Iron, bronze,
silver and gold.
And gold, yeah. So they've been in their Golden Age. Hence, we've been controlled by the hidden hand. The reptilians are controlling us. Right, the shadow government. These were the beings from these outer realms who were still in the Golden Age of the Aryan epoch. These outer beings. This is the story of the Anunnaki coming to Earth when we had our fall, and controlling us and doing whatever they did when we had our fall during the last galactic alignment, which I'll talk about in a minute. Right, this is where that story comes from. These Quetzalcoatl, you know, with the Mayans, this god that came in a spaceship from Venus. Came from Venus, right? Outer realm. That's where he said he came from. Normal. The Japanese talk about Normal, the god who came with knowledge and information. Outer realms. Right? Now, during this shift, like I said, we, in this small age, we are shifting into our small Bronze Age out of our Iron Age. They are obviously shifting up into their small Bronze Age, into their Silver Age. This realm on the outside has just had their fall.
Mom.
They've just fallen out of, they've just had their big apocalypse.
Really would like
Their biblical event. Right? They've just fallen into their Iron Age. They've now joined the Aryan epoch that we're in. They're now in Iron.
Can I just ask something? Epoch, the apocalypse.
Wow, brilliant, yeah.
What's my
absolutely.
fault, though?
So,
Mama, what's
I
my
think
fault?
recently, very recently, as recent as 2015, remember we heard all those sounds in the skies? I think we talked about this earlier on. All those sounds, and people said, "Ah, those
War of the Worlds.
and no one knew what on earth that was.
Well, where was that?
2015.
Not in England. Was it in England?
Everywhere in the world.
Everywhere
Everyone that heard, people were hearing these weird sounds, and no one, to this day, no one has got an explanation as to what on earth that was, right? So I think I know what it was, or I've got a theory for what it was, rather. Not know, I've got a theory for what it was. I think that was the apocalyptic event happening in this realm. Right? Maybe the torus field, the electromagnetic torus field, had a plasma discharge, fire or water or something. Something happened up here. That's what that sound was. Sounds of war. Chaos. Yeah? Chaos was happening somewhere. And I think it was happening in this realm. And I think this is when the hidden hand lost control. Right? The shadow government. So all this time they've been secretly controlling our governments, maybe exchanging technology and information, because we were in the Iron Age, remember? And they were still in the Golden Age of the last epoch. So they were advanced, but advanced with an old epoch. So I think there was an exchange of information and knowledge and stuff, and maybe we were giving them gold. People are saying, where's all the gold going? There should be mountains of it. We've been mining gold for thousands of years. Where the hell is it? Right? There should be mountains of it everywhere.
The capstone.
So maybe we're sending it there, yeah.
On the pyramid.
But anyway, that's a whole different thing. So at the moment, and this realm is still in the Golden Age at the moment. This Saturnian, the age of Saturn, as they say. The age of Satan, as they say. Right? That's where all that comes from. So they're still in the Golden Age. But they're quite far away from us, so I don't think they can have direct influence over us, because they're so far away. But yeah, they're still in the old epoch golden age. So, in a nutshell, this also explains why, I think I've covered that topic. I'll talk about where we're going now, where this is heading. Right, I'll wrap it up now. So what does this mean? All the ancient cultures talked about something called a galactic alignment or a solar event. And they say when this happens, a lot of cultures talk about this, the stars fall from the sky. Right? And we can see Saturn and Mars and all the planets in their full glory. I wondered, what is this galactic event? What does that mean, the stars fall from the sky? So I looked a bit more into it, and I tried to translate that knowledge into this model and what I think. And this is very intuitive. This is information that is coming from my intuition and my own. There's no research to back this up, this event. But this is my interpretation of what I think happens during a solar event. So I know something's going to happen, a galactic solar event, to officially mark the transition. There has to be an official marker that we're transitioning into something. So right now we're going through the birthing pains, but something has to be the bell, right, that gets us into this new age, if you like. So I think what's going to happen very soon, 2020, and I'll explain why 2020, all these electromagnetic fields that are separating us, these domes, right? NASA tells us we can't go into outer space because we can't get past the Van Allen belt, which is true. The Van Allen belt obviously being the dome, the electromagnetic dome. But they're saying soon we will. We'll soon be able to get through them. They're quite confident about that. Donald Trump recently announced Space Force. He says it's time for us to get ready for a new frontier of space for military reasons and other reasons. Right? So they know that something's about to happen. These torus fields are about to open. So they're preparing for it. Right? Who remembers the Falcon launch? The 2 launches that happened Falcon. And it looked like it was piercing through something like water. Who remembers that?
Yeah.
Falcon launch, yeah, SpaceX. And they had this thing, and it looks weird. It was like going through water or something. So I think they're trying to pierce through the Van Allen belt because they know the time is soon. Maybe they don't know exactly when. So they were trying and saying, maybe we can get through now. So they sent this rocket out to try and get through the electromagnetic field, through the plasma torus field. And that's what we're seeing when we saw that spiral ripple effect of that rocket that was going through the skies.
So every time another epoch happens, a new realm is being birthed by Mother Earth, this is when the other realms are going through an apocalyptic.
No, that's totally different. This apocalypse that's happening here is individual to them.
Right,
because they're going into the Iron Age. So we're not going to have that one because we've already had that.
Right.
We're now going to the Bronze Age.
Right.
So our shift is a gentler one, I suppose.
So what about when the new realm's born? Because obviously that'll have to shift out the other realms further.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
so
what I'm thinking.
Will that affect every realm when the new realm's born?
Not directly, no. Because they're still in the golden age of that old epoch. But this new realm is the one that goes through a lot of pain.
Yeah.
This is the story of Avatar. Avatar in this case being the Aryans.
Yeah.
And the humans in the movie are depicting the other races that were on the outside, that went into the Garden of Eden, right, and cut the trees and did whatever they did and destroyed them because they were in their Iron Age.
Yeah.
Right? So the Aryans had a hard time during that Iron Age because, they're in the Iron Age and these are in the Golden Age.
Yeah.
So I'll get back to topic anyway. What was I saying? Space Force. Space Force, if you remember the Falcon X piercing through, whatever it looked like it was piercing through, and we were all questioning and posting and saying, oh, all at our opinions. I think they were trying their luck. I noticed something interesting about the 2 missions that they did. Both of them were around the 20th of December. 21st of December, the 20th of December. I said, why? And if you notice, that is the date of the winter solstice.
Yeah.
Right? And the sun is at its lowest along the electromagnetic field, along the dome. So that told me that if something does happen, it's probably going to happen around that time. Right? Astrologically, astrologers will tell you that the official transit of Aquarius going into Uranus, is it Uranus or is it, into Uranus, is on the 21st of December 2020. Any astrologer will tell you that. That is when we're officially going to the age of Aquarius. Right? So that's another clue. That date must mean something. The 21st of the 20th, or the 21st of the 12th, 2020. We've always heard this saying, Vision 2020, yeah? You must have Vision 2020.
2020 vision.
2020 vision. Predictive programming. Right? Someone's trying to tell us something here.
Wow.
Are we listening? Are we paying attention? Right? Agenda 21. The UN is talking about Agenda 21. In the year 2021, things are going to change. We're bringing this. Why 2021? After 2020, after the event, a new paradigm. Right? Things will have changed. Right? The Bilderberg meeting that they had in July. Right? One of the topics that they had was the post-truth. Right? So the agenda was 2020, and one of the topics was post-truth. In other words, after the truth, what are we going to do? I'm surprised no one in the community picked that up. Like, why are they talking about post-truth in quotation marks? Right? So I saw that and I was like, wow, that's another clue. So I'm pretty confident at this point that this theory and this date are pretty close because of all those things, all that evidence. Right? And I could be wrong, could be completely off, but the evidence is quite strong as far as I'm concerned. So I think what happens is these Taurus fields on the 21st of December 2020 are going to open up completely. And when they open up for 7 days between the 25th and the 1st or is the 2nd of January 2021 or 01/01/2021, this is when they close up again. So we've got a small window, a small gap for the different worlds to balance energy, exchange information, do whatever that is. And then everything closes up again and we have to get on with this new age and our conscious evolutionary process ourselves. This is when we have a new world order. So we're going to have a new world order, definitely. Right? The elites want that new world order to be their narrative. Right? But we do want a new world order and it will happen. Hopefully it will happen in our favor.
Well, so this age of awakening, right, is prior to this little bit when it all opens up and we see it and we can exchange information. This seems to me now, from what you said, it's our chance, all of the people, to gather as much information to try and work things out in time.
Brilliant. Absolutely. So the protocol is, during this age, the elites that live here, they know they have to give us the truth, which is why they're allowing us to use their platforms, Facebook and YouTube, right? They don't want to, but they have to. They can't stop us, right? They can't come here and stop us because that goes against universal laws, and they know this. They're higher powers, so they're aware of this. But what they can do is try and slow it down, try and distract us,
Divide.
right? They can't stop us, but they have to divide us. They put shields in, they're making us fight one another, misinformation, oh, it's just the dome, there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Gatekeepers, that's all they can do, try and disrupt it as much as possible. And we're seeing this in the Flat Earth movement, in all movements. So I think the game plan is, and I think I figured it out, but I think the game plan is, we all talk about chemtrails. And I think chemtrails are predictive programming. I think that's what it is. And I think during those 7 days, the powers that be do not want us to see this real event happening. I have a feeling during those 7 days, the whole world is going to be covered in chemtrails.
Wow.
It's going to be dark. And we won't even know. Most people won't even know.
They won't notice because
What's
they've not been
happening.
so used to it all their lives.
Meanwhile, space, Trump and his Space Force will go up,
Do whatever they're doing.
do whatever they're doing in the other realms, do business, if you like, right? Meanwhile, we're all down here confused. What's going on? It's all dark, you know, it's crazy. There might even be chaos or confusion, right? And then I think when they close up, this is when the fake alien invasion will happen. So I think the tourist fields will close up. We're all familiar with this fake alien invasion.
Yeah.
They'll close up. They might put their own spaceships up there. We'll wake up one
there
day
is aircraft, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
able to travel further afield or
and
whatever.
they'll say, oh, look, we're being invaded by aliens. People, aliens are here to invade us.
And then they'll use Project Bluebeam, and then they'll send like SWAT teams down and round us up into like FEMA
Militarised.
camps.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
Yep. They'll round up the truthers, the people
Yeah.
who are going
Yeah,
against the
the-
narrative.
yeah. That's
So
what I
those
mean.
FEMA camps are
Yeah.
for those who be going against what we're saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's what
because
they'll
they
be
want
trying
to
to
keep.
Those are the ones
control.
that are saying that these are extraterrestrials. It is Project Bluebeam. They'll be
Absolutely.
straight shipped into
Yeah.
That's why we're
concentration
all
camps.
nice flags.
Yep. Yep. I think that is the plan.
I think we need to all move away from our homes.
No, don't worry. Don't fear.
I want to live in the country.
I'll get to that. Don't be afraid. This,
I'm not
fear is not-
afraid. I just want to live in
Yeah.
the country.
But anyway, so I think that's what's going to happen. And then that is what is going to bring in a new world order. So you can imagine if the whole world, I think this is what 5G is. We're seeing these towers going up, right? And we'll hear something at the same time. But that's Project Bluebeam.
Yeah.
So it has to be simultaneously for everyone on Earth. And this is why they're saying 5G has to be implemented by
Sci-fi.
2020. Has to be,
Scary as fuck.
right? It's not scary, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking it's both me.
It's
The
exciting.
5G like future, if the elites are if the elites are running it, then it's not exciting at all because they're going to be brainwashing us with the 5G. They're going to be using it to indoctrinate us, not consciously evolve.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
think they've not
So
got as much
if it was
control
if
as
it was
what
someone like us
they've
add
had.
the microphone to the 5G, then yeah, we would be consciously
Well,
evolving.
yes.
But like the people that are pushing this 5G, like people like Elon Musk and things like that, who have got big agendas. Do you know what I mean?
But
So
I think this age of
I don't
awakening-
personally look forward to 5G future
No, but I
at all.
don't think it's. I don't think it. This is them trying to still
No,
control.
I
things
know-
and
I
do
know
this,
it's- I
But
know-
I think that this is a bigger
Well, here's the
picture.
silver lining. I agree with everything you've said.
Yeah.
But there is silver lining to it.
Oh, of course there is, mate.
The
Yeah.
silver lining is something has to happen for the rest of the world to wake up. The rest of the world is not going to wake up to a new world or a new way of being on their own. We're not going to do it as flat earthers. It's never going to happen. We can dream all we like and think that we're making a dent in the system. But trust me, of all the millions of people on Earth, we're a tiny section. We're
Yeah.
tiny. We're nothing. So something big has to happen to usher us into a new age. Now these elites, this new world order, and this new age, they also have to work within the perimeters of the universe, right? The paradigm of this new age. So there are going to be a lot of good things that are going to come with it. The good things are, we'll have one government, wars will end, pharmaceutical companies will be destroyed, natural medicine will come back, cannabis oil and all this that we're talking about, that will come back. All the Aquarian traits will come out. Truth will be revealed, which it already is being revealed, right? Some of it will still be mixed with lies, but not as bad as it's been, right? So the world will be a much better place, 100%, than it is today, for sure. The bad thing is, the control system will even be tighter than it is now, give and take,
Oh, shit.
right?
That's what I was saying to that.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, yeah, because
Right? You'll be monitored.
That's what I was
and
saying then.
everything, you know.
because you were saying, yeah, like when this solar transition happens, yeah, that they'll overcast the skies.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I'm saying about the 5G future, because these people have an agenda and they're going to try and slow it down and try and manipulate it, try and be in control of it as much as possible. So like there is.
Everything's always been very
That's what another thing about the elites. They create every road. So if there is ever going to be a revolution, they would have created it so that they can win. They'll come out on top no matter what.
Not necessarily.
That's how I see it. Is like
tell
you just
you
said
what.
that the system would be even tighter than it is now.
Yep.
This system is diabolical, mate. Absolutely diabolical. So like, if it's even going to be even worse, it's that. I mean, that's not a golden age to me. That's even worse.
We're not in the golden age.
No, but that's what I mean. Like transitioning into something newer and better.
Yeah.
That sounds like we're going into even worse to me.
Oh, definitely. Yes, it is.
Okay, Matthew.
But I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure that there is going to be a variance of allowance in this. I can't
Yeah.
imagine the universe is going to subject everyone to this. So I'm presuming there are going to be places in the world where people are going to be able to go to who want to be away from that system.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of that. And we're already starting to see remnants of this. There's this place in India. What's it called, Gabby? That place in India. This town that they've built where there's no money, they all live sustainably.
Mexico's done something
all
like that.
live in their own. You know, you've got Michael Tellinger with the Ubuntu movement. So I think there will be places on Earth that will be away from the grid, that will be living off grid and doing their own thing, and be allowed to do that.
Does it not go like the opposite of what you just said though? Right. So instead of it going tighter, that they don't get the control what they want to get tighter. They lose control because the people are awakening and do not want to be controlled by these elites.
So we've got to be clever and wise about this, right? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic.
If right, say an event happens
I'll give you
and
an
people
example.
wake up, then why would they want to be
I'll give you an example.
controlled then when they've been woke up?
I'll give you an example. As awake as we are now, if the bankers, the people who've been running the world, pulled the plug tomorrow and said, all right, you're awake, are you?
No more money.
No more money, no more internet, we're closing the banks, we're shutting down the internet, we're shutting down the lights, we're shutting down electricity. Off you go.
Yeah, but they wouldn't dare do that because they rely on us to run this system
No,
for
but I'm
them.
saying if they're
No,
going
but
to Mars,
no,
hang on a minute.
yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm giving an
Yeah.
hypothetical. If they say, all right, you've all said you want us out, we're off to Mars, man.
Yeah.
You stay in the dock on your own.
I reckon we'd run the system well better than them.
Yeah, I
On the
think.
dock.
Well better than
No,
them.
but I think
Who's going to turn on the internet and the lights?
We
build
can turn it on. We know how to do that. We do all this already.
Mike,
We
please
run this
see.
system.
Happy
But
birthday,
the thing
brother.
is, we pay them to do this. We pay
They're-
them.
They're living like gods off our backs.
Thank
They
you.
don't do
Let's
nothing
be
at
realistic,
all.
guys.
They don't. Literally, they don't do nothing, bro. Honestly.
Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
their system that they've built.
Yeah, they've built the system, but we run it for
It will
them.
take hundreds of years for us to figure out how to build a new system. It doesn't happen overnight. Now remember, we are a small section of awake people. Those people out there won't give a F about that. They'll just say, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're right. You're right in that sense.
Yeah,
They
of
will
course,
turn
I'm
on
not-
us.
yeah, I
They'll
know-
come and
I know
kill
what
us
you're
and say,
saying.
it's your fault. You flat earthers and you awake people. You've created this darkness and this chaos. We want our internet back. We want our money back. I want my life back.
But if iPhone
The world will turn on us and they'll come burn all of us.
How would you suppose they'd wipe the internet out though? Because we can access the technology.
Yeah, but we are the
can
small one. I
we
get
can
what he's
create the
saying.
technology. We can use the tools to make anything in this reality right now.
Yeah.
There's people
But-
that are slaves
people,
that
if
can
they're not
use tools and
woke up,
machinery.
If they're not
Yeah, I
woke
know
up,
what
they
you're
would
saying.
not see it.
But
as
like,
that. They
if
would
if
see
our
it as a
leaders
threat.
left, then
They'd
someone
see
had
us as a threat.
someone else would step up in command anyway. If
For
our
me,
leaders
for me
left.
personally, that's very risky.
Yeah.
That will create chaos. For me personally, I think we'll just break out into a big war
Yeah.
and it'll just be madness.
That's where it's headed anyway.
For a
with-
long time.
Without,
For a long time.
with the leaders or without them. So I'd rather try a life without leaders
know.
than a life with them.
Well-
Do you know what I mean? Like people are saying, "Oh, it'll never work. It'll never work." Well, I want to try and make it work at least. Have a chance at it. Do you know what I mean? Like a life of freedom, not of leadership.
The best way to think of it is we need to be wise. We need to have wisdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And wisdom is not saying, oh, fucking burn them, burn everything. Let's kill it all.
Yeah, I didn't say that
That
either.
is not rational thinking. That is not rational thinking. The rational thing to do is we need to have a game plan. We need to change the system from within,
Just be aware as
right?
well of everything.
Not from outside, from within. So what we should be saying is, let's get into these places of power. Let's influence. Let's get on TV. Let's get on in government buildings as conscious people and change it from within. Nice and slowly, nice and gently.
I think many people have tried and been corrupted
It's
by
already
it straight
happening.
away.
I think it's already happening. I think it's already
The
happening.
thing is, the Asian awakening has only just started, like really taking off. So
We're a long
And
way.
they
We have
are,
to be
and they are,
patient.
and they are doing everything they can to slow it
of
down.
course, but we haven't seen what's going
We
to
have to be
happen yet.
patient. We have to be patient. Everything has a
get
right
that.
time and a right season.
I
You can't be
love
rational.
what you're saying, mate. I really do. I'm just like, I've got to stay
Question
open-minded
stuff, yeah.
and equally as skeptical to everything. So
Yeah.
it's like, just
I think it was the
And- and it-
fact of being closed off.
and it's because it's new information as well. There's a lot to process
I
and a
know.
lot
I
to
understand.
piece together. So I will like obviously come back to you
understand.
and things as well.
Yeah. But the overriding thing is that, you know, as bad as things might sound, they're not as bad. There's a lot of fear porn out there. There's a lot of people preaching, oh, it's going to hell, we're dying, it's the end of the
Yeah.
world. And that is to lower our vibration.
Definitely.
It's nothing like that, where we're entering a good age. The things that are coming are predominantly good, mainly. They're going to be
Better than
bad.
before.
They're going to be bad for people who are going to be irrational, the people who are going to be reactive. These are the people that are going to be sent. If we do what you're saying, Tom, we'll be sent to concentration camps because we're not being rational.
No,
We're
but
being-
I'm just saying if the elites left us and went to Mars, the Mars realm,
Yep.
then there'd be no one to keep us in line and herd us into the. There'd be no one to put us in prison these camps. Do you know what I'm saying? So
The
like we
people would turn on
we
us.
would be able to step
The
up
people,
then.
98% of the world will turn on us because 98%.
These people that are looking for leadership would turn on us.
Yes.
Why would they
We
turn on
don't.
us?
Well, we don't. Do you know what? This is all
This is
hypothetical.
what exactly
isn't it? We
all
don't
of it's
know, yeah.
hypothetical. So
we
if,
don't
if,
know.
if someone else was to be hypothetical, I am as well. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm coming at a different angle. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's not right. Nobody's right. But it's
Well,
all.
some of it could be right.
Exactly,
Some
yeah.
of it could
I've
be wrong.
spoken to some of my friends and family about this,
Yeah.
and for them, they're happy with government. They
Yeah.
just want a better
Yeah.
government.
A lot of
They want to be
people
led.
do,
Yeah.
They want to be led.
Yeah. But
When you say to them, we
they
don't
don't
need
know an
leaders, they
don't
say,
like
alternative.
the
They don't
thought.
know an
oh,
alternative.
no, we do
though.
need
You don't
leaders.
like
We
the
do need
thought.
government.
Nobody's offered them an alternative though. Do you know what I mean?
Because
That's
no one
why.
does have an alternative.
Of course they do. They're like off-grid communities, eco-villages.
Yeah, not on a mainstream level.
Self-sufficient,
Not on a
self-sustainable, eco-friendly
Yeah.
communities.
Not everyone is on our
but
level,
we
brother.
know
Me
better.
and you,
Yeah.
me and you,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Me and you, we can do that tomorrow.
That's the trouble. We
But
need
we're-
that
we're-
needs
we're
to go in the
2%
mainstream.
of
Yeah,
the
exactly.
collective.
I know what you're saying. Community.
So the
needs a big-
98%,
yeah.
if you said what you said, you might as well say to you, I don't want to hear that, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me and you, it makes sense. We can do it. This is why I'm saying we've got to be realistic
Yeah.
about
Like
it.
what you said, there's no one's saying that there might be places for the people like us, but we've got to be sensible about this, and we've got to be aware. Be aware of this. This is why I think this is good, because if this does happen, you have got it all right, Martin. Whether you haven't got it all right or not, we don't know.
Yep.
Only time will tell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you might come across new information, and then some
Change
of that
it.
Exactly,
information
yeah.
might change anyway.
Absolutely.
But as far as now, we say that happens, and this does happen, what he says, say it does, we know in advance by learning this, by
Yeah.
listening to this, so we have got an advanced knowledge to be able to make a change happen, or make our lives pre-warned and be able to try and help as many people as possible adjust without us reacting
Absolutely.
and then getting cartons off,
Absolutely.
ferried off to the loony bin or whatever they want to do with us.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so,
So
it's
when
all
that happens,
valuable.
there will
cut
be
off.
places, I'm sure, where they'll say, right, all you grid people who want to do your own thing,
Yeah.
go off and do your own
But
thing.
just stay over there.
Just stay over there, away from us. We'll
Yeah.
carry on with our own new technology, flying cars and blah, 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 and all this. You stay out in the bush and do what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that option will be there.
Thanks to
Maybe.
everyone for tuning
Yeah.
in.
I think it
Ian
will.
Sargent,
No, but
Because I don't think the universe...
Kevin Warren, Mike Priestley,
Off-grid, there's a guy in Wales that's
Ben
got an off-grid
Powell,
roundhouse, yeah, and he's modernised it. He's got an
Matthew-
internet, he's got Wi-Fi, he's got hot water, he's
Seddon,
got kettle, a
Flat Earth
washing
Legend,
machine. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's
Steve
modernised
Gore,
off-grid. We've got the technology now, solar panels,
Shakespeare,
wind turbines, things like that.
Gilbert.
You can generate
People
everything.
in general
So,
don't know
no, but
how
I'm
to
just
do
saying
it.
off-grid doesn't
Mary.
necessarily mean...
You know, they have money.
Yeah, of course, yeah, they have
A
money,
people-
yeah,
A
Yeah.
person
yeah.
that doesn't have money can't afford to
But
do
like,
things.
what I'm saying is, if people rebelled against the system, they'd realise they don't need money. They already have
See,
access to
Nicole
tools and
Clement.
Rebellion
things like
causes
that.
chaos.
Thank you
Rebellion
all for
causes
joining.
chaos. Rebellion means
Like I said, my
war.
battery's about
But so-
to
And I
die.
don't want to go. Does anyone here want to go
Conformity
to
is
war? Does
causing
anyone here
war.
want to be fighting?
Yeah, we
Be-
don't want to fight, but we want to fight in a way that...
Conformity is causing
Thank
war,
you
though.
for
We're
joining
conforming
us,
to the
and I'll
system,
come
and
with
all I
you
see is
over.
war, corruption, murder, rape,
Hola, mi
everything like that. Do you know what I
Marina.
mean? The
¿Qué
system,
más?
by conforming to the
La tengo
system.
I
trabajando.
think it's leading by example,
Trabajar.
and we
Hágale.
literally have to basically do what we think is the right way and go that way, and people will then see, maybe not loads,
Fantastic.
but some people will see, and then some more will see, and then that's what gives us an
Alright, peeps.
Excellent. So
That's
I see
right.
that transition happening like that. So if there are small communities they'll start thriving and growing, and people will go,
Yeah.
They might
do you know
look like
what?
Captain
He's
America.
opting
That
out.
life looks better
know.
than
He's
this
opting
new
out.
big city life. I want to go
He's
join
not-
them.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
not
And hopefully,
protesting.
eventually, that grows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
That's my
Organically.
Yeah,
that's
he's-
my
he's
hope
on-
for the
he's on
future.
same-
my
we're
hope
on the
as well.
same- He's on the same wavelength. He feels exactly the same. But
I just don't like the idea of being controlled by these
know,
these
I
these
know.
sick-minded individuals.
I know, but
Do
there
you
is
know what I
a
mean?
time and there's a season and there's.
And they'll be gone
have
at
to
some
understand it.
point. They will.
They will.
They'll,
It
they'll
will
have
change.
their ends, but whether it's going to be in
Yeah, they
our
won't be gone. They'll
lifetime-
change, like you said. They'll change. They
Yeah,
won't be
but
gone.
they will. They'll be gone and then they'll get reborn again of something else. But they'll, you know,
It's not
then
going to happen
some-
overnight. It's going to happen
Yeah.
over hundreds of years. That change that we're talking about. Because we're only at the beginning of the Bronze Age. Remember?
And we're getting
another
away.
3,000
Yeah.
years.
But we're getting.
Make sure
This
you
Well,
they've
we
got
haven't even
Flat
started
Earth.
the Bronze Age.
We haven't even
Universe.
officially yet. Do you know what I mean? We haven't had this. Yeah, we had.
Yeah, to hear more from Martin, check out his channel, Flat Earth Universe. This battery's about to die, so we're swapping to the GoPro.
Not maybe not all things,
Well,
but
Something's
enough
GoPro.
happened.
The cosmic egg topic.
Not